Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Unqualified Filmbros podcast. Yes, we are recording immediately after Marvel Studios' presentation at CinemaCon, but we will not be talking about the Avengers Doomsday trailer. We are instead talking about a movie that's been in theaters for a couple weeks already, and it's staying in theaters. Longer theatrical windows are nice. Who knew? So we're talking about, as you can tell by Ben's username down there. Ben, why don't you tell the fine folks out there what we're talking about tonight?
We are talking about the drama.
That's right.
I
That's what we're talking about.
don't.
As teased last week, it is our first of three Zendaya Pattinson collabs this year. We will have The Odyssey in July. We will have Dune Part 3 in December. Of course, we will have episodes on each of those. But first, we got to talk about the drama. And I feel like the big question that has to be asked before what you guys think is what's the worst thing you guys have ever done?
Well, I have not planned a school shooting. So I
Awkward
think
because I actually did the in GTA. That's probably the
That's
worst
a
thing.
really, really important qualifier. I'm really glad you got that in there and your mic didn't cut out.
Oh, is my mic okay?
yes.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
you guys and your motion sensor cameras. I'm just sitting over here with a
Pretty
brand
wild.
new laptop and it doesn't do that.
I've got a
It's all right.
chair, so when I lean back, it confuses the camera.
Oh.
Sorry, I think the squeakiness is probably coming through too. But oh, okay, great,
Hey, you're good.
fantastic.
Almost 5 years into doing
Anyways,
this podcast and Zoom is still doing our thing.
It's a new mic, It's a new setup.
Anyway, the drama. I'm not going to make you guys answer what the worst thing you've ever done is. That's for you to share with
I don't
people in
think
your
there's
life that
anything
you
that bad I ever did.
then hit a body with the mob.
Uh,
It was it was already dead when he found it, and
oh,
he didn't actually find it.
oh, when I was younger, and our dog before this one, Winnie, as a puppy, she ate all of like the eyes off my stuffed animals, and I slapped her. I mean, it was like a child slap. It was like, but I was so angry at her. I felt so guilty afterwards. What the fuck?
yeah,
That's probably the worst thing. At least
That's a
I felt
pretty
very bad.
tame worst thing.
Well,
it is. But like as a kid, you don't really get it. But then, when you grow up and you're like, oh shit, because I full admission, I am certain that I have done that.
I think I
Uh,
have too, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think most pet
but
owners
you just get
have,
and it's like,
especially when you're a kid,
yeah.
right?
Just like
Like,
a little smack on the
you don't
nose,
know.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't really get along with my dog originally. I'm a big, dog person, but she was new and she was a puppy and she ate everything. And I loved my stuffed animals as a kid. So it was just animosity.
Uh,
Didn't like her. And then, you know, a year later, I think I started to get along with her. And by the end, she was my best friend.
oh,
Now I
Love
got
that.
Maggie.
she forgave you.
It's been
Oh,
a while since we've had a Maggie cameo on the pod, though.
I know. Well, she's been around. She just is difficult to like show on camera. She's not a
Sure.
little dog. She used
Well, she is most certainly not a little dog.
she's big. I mean, when she extends, she's like 5 foot. She can reach my shoulders. I'm like 6 foot. She puts her paws up on my shoulders.
Good
Damn.
size. It's a big dog.
She's only like 50 pounds. She's
Yeah.
really long.
That's lanky for a
She's
doodle like that.
She's the agility dog,
Hmm.
circus dog.
So, Emma and Charlie getting married. 1 week to go. And all hell breaks loose in their lives. Um, I guess I haven't asked it yet, 5 minutes in, but what do you guys think?
It was good. I liked it. It was I think a refreshing, I guess, take on the what how like how much would you love the person you're gonna marry?
If
Kind
it
of
was
a
plugged,
yeah, and obviously with the question that it poses in the movie, it felt like there was like a real answer to be had, if that makes sense. Like it didn't feel cheap that they meet each other again at the end, right? Like, maybe you wouldn't make the same decision. That's not really what I'm talking about. It's just that these two characters found their way back to one another after answering a very tricky question of would you still love someone, or would you be able to move on in your own, So I thought it was an interesting take on that, and I appreciated it.
yeah. I mean, I didn't love it, but I definitely thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I come down on it too.
One of those weird things where school shootings are such a big like controversy these days that it's if you say you had planned like a murder or something and didn't go through with it, I wonder if it's like a different response, just because it's such a visceral like uh, you know it's so present. It's like yeah, murder happens, but school shootings are really horrific, and
Larger scale too.
planning one of them,
And kids.
and it is like a certain type of I don't know. It's a tough thing to answer. But, the other thing is like some of these people are actually horrible human beings now, like Rachel. So, you know, it juxtaposes like the people that have those regrets when they were a kid and, severity, obviously, very severe stuff. But by the end, Rachel was like the petty one, She was the one with issues.
Yeah. And she's not really in a whole lot of the second act, but then she comes back at the wedding with a vengeance
Yeah, she's
and is really passive aggressive in her maid of honor speech, and then just kind of sulks by herself in this like I like almost a holier than thou type of you're not a good person and I'm gonna make that everybody's problem.
Yeah, but even that, she's passive aggressive. It's not like she's outward about it. She's just being very sneaky, which is a good like I don't know, mirror to people basically Emma coming out and being like, "Yeah, this is the worst thing I've ever done," being pretty truthful. I don't think if I had done that, I would answer that way, but that's me. I don't know. I have never done this, but
Yeah. And I think
it's like I don't know. Doesn't it just, make sense not to do that? I maybe with your husband, but like with your two friends.
I also don't know if Charlie's answer was 100% honest.
Well, I feel like that's the thing with a lot of people. Is like people don't actually answer that honestly most times if they have something horrible like that.
No.
No. And I mean,
They would
it
give an
was
example of a
easily
bad
explained
thing.
away that she was drunk and like literally threw up at the table after she, admitted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. It's not a question that people tend to answer the most honestly. There's at least some, even if the story is true, right? Like it's especially these characters. I don't think any of them were telling the full truth.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
And certainly like smoking heroin is probably I don't know. It's probably the worst thing some people have done, but it's not really that bad of a thing.
Yeah. I mean,
I
that was a great way of showing the different levels of it, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean it's definitely interesting. I don't know. At some parts I thought it was too shock filled, but that's just my opinion.
I think this is one of those movies that like getting it spoiled for you what the quasi twist is.
Yeah, I didn't get it spoiled,
Um,
but I saw a bunch of people complaining about like school shooting stuff and Columbine, Parkland people. So I was like, oh, it's definitely in the movie.
so I didn't see any of that, but I did see in advance that there was like one of the answers to the question because I knew what the central question was going into the movie because it was in the trailer and all the discourse about it. Um, but I didn't know what exactly it was. And I feel like this movie, obviously, with an answer like that, has to address it head on. I think this movie did with school shootings probably what it shouldn't have done, and that was treated as a very surface level issue. I don't think it really delved too deep beyond the, well, I didn't do it, so it's not a problem that Emma sort of defends herself with.
Yeah, I mean, you deal
I
with the
think that's more of her characterization, and it's like how she's been dealing with it though too. Because she's tried to sweep it under the rug, you know. I mean, it obviously still
He's
affects her.
successfully swept it
And
under the rug.
exactly. And I mean, it's like she flipped a switch when she started breaking down in the vigils and the prayer circles and everything. Like she flipped a switch and then immediately started advocating for gun violence prevention.
yeah.
Which is
It,
how I guess you want to
like,
see her character mature and improve in the wake of something like she almost did.
yeah, I don't
Go
know.
to therapy. I
It
mean, like talk about
Therapy would be
like that
huge.
would be I'm not really even joking. Like it if this was that kind of a movie, we'd see her in a chair at some point. But like that we don't really get that because it's a week before the wedding and she's trying to kick the can down the road.
Do you think Charlie should have said, "All right, we'll deal with this out of the after the wedding right away," or do you think how he handled it was the best way for the couple, for the two of them to get through it, dealing with it right then in the here and then?
I don't,
And
I mean, it's
it
kind of
was kind of a passive approach at first,
you
like
can't
throwing
really
the mug out and stuff, but
Yeah, but
still,
it's showing kind of like how it affects him too, and how he's also not really dealing with it, you know. And so eventually talking about it is going to be good. And I think that's kind of where we end up at the end of the film when they are meeting for the first time again, or whatever you want to call it. Um, like it's a chance for them to start over with everything out on the table, you know.
yeah, and I think that's a great full circle moment for their relationship because they talk about it earlier in the film, so it brings that all together at the end, which once Charlie went to the diner, you probably could guess, at least I could guess that Emma was going to show up.
I think
Um, and then once they started talking, you figured it was going to get to the, well, let's start fresh bit that they had done earlier, which I thought was a nice tender moment, the ending of the film. But I, I think, what was the point I was trying to make?
I don't know.
Something about dealing with it before the wedding. I don't know. I lost it. We'll come back to it.
Sorry.
Um, I guess the next question I have is if you were in Charlie's position, how would you handle it?
But this movie is so hard to figure. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. This is This is literally like,
I guess a better question is,
what would you do?
would you be willing to forgive Emma sooner than he did?
I
Maybe
mean, I think, go ahead.
the problem is that like, how do we know you're not a sociopath? That's gonna be my first
Well,
and
that's where Charlie goes immediately.
but that's gonna be where I stay. I'm not gonna pass.
So so you don't handle it the same way that he does.
I
No,
mean, not necessarily, right? Because it could be a situation where you're not forgiven, but you talk more about it. Like again, like they come to some sort of an agreement of, all right, we can wait for the week and get through our wedding and then talk about the worst thing that you've done. And I mean, that could be where we ended up at the end of like that could be what that moment is that it's not forgiveness. It's okay, I see you in a different light now. Let's start again and see if we can get back if we get back to where we started.
yeah, I don't know that I could just sort of like start over. I feel like I need to. That's a hell of a week.
Yeah.
It's a
Hell of a week.
hell of a week, man. But yeah, I mean, I forgive most things. It's just like it's such a visceral like reaction when you hear something like that, and you start to question a lot of things. Same, honestly, same if they said like, "Oh yeah, I was thinking, about killing this person." It's like just that act is probably something that makes most people feel unsafe being in a relationship. Uh, you know, a friendship maybe, but like it's a freaky thing. You can watch Dexter for that. He kills bad people, and people still look at him as a freak because killing is freaky. It's I just don't know. I mean, how in the world could I possibly answer that accurately? It's an emotional thing, so it's like, how much do you care for the person? Clearly, he
Yeah.
cares Emma very much. So he's able to move past that, especially because she didn't actually do anything. So it's a lot easier to forgive someone when there was no action taking place. But the fact I think the bigger thing is the fact that she had planned it so much that she started practicing with rifles and lost her hearing. Maybe what makes me like, some people have rough times and they like draw in books or something. It's like, oh, a bunch of people dead. But to actually have like planned it to some degree is pretty freaky. So I don't know. I don't
I
know
don't
how
know
to.
if she would have practiced to that extent if there wasn't a gun in the house.
Yeah, but regardless, I
I
still
don't know.
think.
We can't speak to it.
I mean, if there was a gun in the house, I wouldn't mess with it. I don't like guns.
Me neither. Same guy, by the way, who talked about doing it in GTA.
Okay, well, yeah, that's a virtual guns, and that was. I don't think there are schools to do that.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, I'm a fantasy guy. I kill lots of bad knights, and orcs, things of that nature.
Mm.
Dope. They probably deserve it.
I mean, some of them. I think some of them are probably just having a rough day.
Emma and Charlie have a few rough days in this movie.
Seven, in fact.
That yeah.
Yeah, I think the way that this movie sets up the week where we see like we see most of the first day, most of the second day, and I think most of the third day, and that's 80% of the movie. Maybe we get to the fourth day, the middle of the week. but then it jumps right to the wedding, and we miss very clearly we miss a couple of days in the lead up to the wedding, right? There's no like night before, there's no rehearsal dinner, there's nothing really welcoming guests, whatever. It's just I think the scene or the key moment right before the wedding scene is Charlie and Misha in the office, and then it skips right ahead.
Ooh.
I think it doesn't matter. Um, but I think, and showing everything over 7 days, not everything, but spending the same amount of time on each day, I think in the edit would have made this a 2.5 hour movie. And I did not want to watch this movie for 2.5 hours. An hour 45 was plenty.
That would have been a struggle.
Um, but I do think that there are emotional beats that we see early in the film, like Charlie throwing out the mug and Emma finding it later. That type of moment that we are missing later in the film when it jumps ahead to the wedding. So pacing is a little off for me in this one, but technically speaking, I love the way it's shot. I love the three flute score. I read a great piece by the composer. I don't know if it was an article or just one of them long tweets you find on Twitter. But he wrote about how it was just three flutes in a room, and that was the entire score for the movie. He didn't use any other instrumentation, which I thought was really cool. Um, and
It's
something I
pretty.
picked up on during the actual viewing was how minimalist the score was, while still being very, very powerful with its the emotions it evoked. Um, but yeah, I think just from a technical filmmaking standpoint, this film very, very solid. And then the story to go with it is compelling as hell, but not something I'd want to watch over 2.5 hours.
No, definitely not.
It's a tough watch.
Yeah,
It's kind of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm thing, but it's all for real and really dramatic. You know, I guess if that makes sense at all. It's always tough to see people like fall apart,
fair.
for me at least, and just to watch a movie.
And I
People
think
fall apart. But they come back together again at the end, sort of.
I think Charlie's also the type of character that would let this impact him a lot more than some others. Like there are some people who wouldn't necessarily be okay with what Emma almost did right off the bat, but certainly wouldn't
Right.
have the downward spiral that Charlie goes into almost immediately. That ultimately culminates in getting his face pummeled in at his own wedding. Um,
Yeah.
I think while Emma's answer to the question is what initiates that arc for him, he is often his own worst enemy in this movie, where he invites problems onto himself that compound the issue, that compound the issue, that compound the issue. And I think what Robert Pattinson is able to deliver in his performance of this character is how somebody who's already kind of neurotic, somebody who we can see is kind of nerdy, kind of quiet, kind of shy, but also loves to love, um, is really reckoning with, well, my world is crashing down around me and I don't really know how to get out of it. So I'm going to keep doing what I think I should do, but then I always make the wrong decision. And I'm not used to doing that, but it's happening to me almost. Like he's a passive character in his main character experience.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
I brain is a little slow today or tonight. A little late here.
Yeah.
Normally I'm not this tired, but I'm kind of
It's hot
feeling.
out. might be
Oh
it.
yeah, that's true.
The
Yeah.
heat is getting to us a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not on enough. I gotta turn it down. But yeah, I think
I
those
also didn't catch that the movie was set in and around Boston. I guess I missed the Cambridge name drop,
I,
but
I wasn't paying attention either.
I thought that was an interesting.
I thought I recognized a few buildings, but um,
I don't know Boston well enough.
yeah.
Although the opening scene was shot in I don't know if you guys know Tate, the coffee shop chain, breakfast place
Yeah.
chain.
Oh yeah.
Um,
There's like a
there's
billion
a
of them here.
bunch of them around Boston.
It's a bunch of
And I went to one last summer, first time I'd ever been to one, and I thought the coffee shop at the beginning looked really familiar, but it wasn't quite the Tate that I went to. And I guess, based on architecture and whatnot, everyone looks different.
Yes, they all do.
Um, but I was like,
For the
is
most
that
part, actually.
it looked really familiar, and then I read about it afterwards, obviously missing the fact that it had been shot in around Boston.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a Tate, which was fun.
Yeah.
Great
There's a lot
breakfast
of
sandwich,
them.
by the way. Toss a rec to Tate in Boston.
not really had any. I think I've had their like baked stuff. That's about it.
They have good sandwiches for lunch, actually.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Next time I'm in Boston,
Or
go to the
the
one right on the Common.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where they shot it. Who knows? Um, but yeah, love to have a movie on the pod that's shot in real locations
what do you
and
mean?
not just.
What
Doing
do you
stuff?
mean? We're about to get one in December. It's called Avengers Doomsday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they really went to Battle World to shoot it.
I was
They
about to
did.
say Arrakis is a real place. We just haven't gotten there yet.
That I would believe.
Vice.
Or Dune, as the locals say.
Mm.
Apparently, the first like 7 minutes of Dune Part 3 screened at CinemaCon.
Ooh.
Hearing that the opening is evocative of Saving Private Ryan. So
All right.
we're gonna see how that plays out.
Think anything like what Villeneuve is going to give us here. The book is like, I don't know how you would make it into a movie, really. So I don't think we're gonna get. We'll get the story beats, but it's gonna be something very different.
Yeah, it's not gonna be Dune Messiah, it's gonna be Dune Part 3.
Yeah, which I guess makes sense considering it is part three.
True.
I'm excited nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have Dunes Day
No.
in
They're
December.
moving. I swear they're moving.
They both
And Marvel. I know they've already fired everybody in
they
the visual art,
both
but
doubled down on their release date at CinemaCon this week.
yeah, but one of
Ugh.
these has a visual arts team, and the other is Avengers Doomsday.
Well, also, I think once we get into like summertime, maybe like right around the time Brand New Day comes out and we see the box office numbers for it, I don't know if Feige's gonna say, yeah, we'll pass on a 3 week exclusive IMAX window. I think very real chance, even though they both doubled down. I'm gonna agree with you guys that Doomsday gets pushed back to January.
Because otherwise they have no IMAX, right? Like,
Yeah, they
Right.
got yeah.
no, are you
It's an
kidding
exclusive 3 week window that
me?
Villeneuve got.
I mean, it's just a bluff. It's like that guy with terrible cards in the poker table, and he's just like all in, and he's just gonna keep it going. Or I guess he doesn't go all in. He just checks until he has to show his cards, and then he moves, runs out the door.
Just blink now, man. I mean, I get that you probably want to wait until you see Brand New Day box office, but what if it tanks? then you're
Not,
shit out of luck.
dude, you're getting Spider-Man, Punisher, Hulk, The Hand.
Dude, it could be shit too, though. Like the last time they put a Hulk in one of these movies unnecessarily, it did not work well.
Brave New World?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what is he doing there? I understand what he's doing there, but it ruined the movie. Whatever good was in that movie, it was taken out. And it's not for lack of trying from Harrison Ford. He's very fun. But
He's gonna win the Emmy for Shrinking this year. Book it.
It's funny, you can see his Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. You can see his Ross haircut in season 2 of Shrinking, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Lose the mustache or lose the Emmy.
Yeah.
And then he
Well, he
lost
did
both.
lose
But
the mustache, but his hair was like the same, and it was really funny because it
he
was nothing like how his character usually has his hair. So it was like super noticeable.
Let's just try something out.
he's gonna win the Emmy for Shrinking for season 3.
I need to watch that.
It's dude, I
Yeah.
just finished the season. It's so good.
Yeah, my
I
parents,
love that show.
I still never.
Benji, get on that. On that. And speaking of things that you all should get on, you should get on seeing the drama in theaters while it's still in theaters. We all toss it a recommendation. It's a good movie. And we're getting a lot of Zendattinson this year, patent
Oh,
No,
pending.
no.
So
Stop
check
now.
it out.
yeah,
Go
don't do
see it in the
that.
theater. And we'll be back next week with another new episode. I'm blanking on what we're doing next week. But in the meantime, watch some good movies, support movies in theaters, ban AI and filmmaking. And we'll see you next week. Have a good night.
Good night.
Okay, for real this time. Have a good night.
Good night.